But today I want to talk specifically about BJU Press on a budget. A couple years ago, when I used Abeka more when my kids were a little bit younger, I talked about Abeka on a budget because I know it can have a reputation for being a little bit pricey or quite pricey depending on what you're looking at. And then BJU Press can be kind of similar. Since we've been using BJU Press over the last year or two, and I've been making more videos, I just thought it would go naturally to say, like, because people will ask about budget and things like that. I figured I could just make a video and it'll break it down. It's a lot easier than like trying to explain it all in one YouTube comment. It can be a little bit confusing, especially if you're kind of new to the homeschool world and new to BJU Press. You might see the video courses or like a whole kit or something and think that you're obligated to buy all of that. So I'm going to break it down for you and hopefully you find this helpful. And if BJU Press is a curriculum that you might be interested in, hopefully you can feel a little bit better about purchasing it if money is one of your top priorities when it comes to curriculum purchasing, as it is for a lot of us. So there's two different types of BJU Press that you can do. You can do an online course or courses. You can choose as many courses as you would like. What this is going to look like is you're going to have access to video courses. As the name implies, you will have a teacher. There's going to be certain lessons depending on the grade level and the subject that they're doing. The video lessons will vary, but they're not going to be too long. And then the child will have an assignment to do. Some of them will be graded, especially in the older grades. So I know this option is not super budget friendly, but just bear with me so I can explain all of it. So this is the 6th grade entire online course. So you would get the entire 6th grade history and English, math, science, literature, spelling, along with the videos and the books for this price. Or you could just choose one course. So this, for example, is 4th grade science. It's going to come with all of the video lessons, plus the activity books and the assessments and the course book itself. Those will be a little bit pricier because there is a teacher, they are doing the teaching, and it's not you, it's not on the parent. So this is going to be really good for if you're a busy parent or you have a lot of kids, maybe you're working and you just don't have time to do all of the courses yourself, or you're just like, oh, I'm a little bit, my kids are getting older and I just don't feel confident teaching them high school level chemistry or high school level algebra, algebra 2 or whatever it is. And so sometimes that will be good to kind of delegate that and get that off your plate, or a Spanish course, something like that. Now, again, it is going to add up if you're doing multiple courses, but sometimes for convenience factor and just for out of necessity, convenience and necessity can outweigh cost. And so this will be good for that type of parent. So on the parent aspect of it, now you have the option to buy the entire kit, and that's going to come with most of the time, because remember, BJU Press is for Christian schools. So in Christian schools, what do they have? They have quizzes, they have tests, they have teacher keys, they have answer keys, they have the teacher lesson plan, they have all of the bells and the whistles. Is that necessary? Personally, I think no, but to each their own.
Let's say you want the 6th grade kit. Again, you can do an entire kit of video courses or textbook, or you can see here that you can just choose a la carte, either science or math or history or English, either video courses or just the textbooks. But let's say we want the entire kit. You can see there's the complete kit option, and under the contents, you can see that it is going to come with everything you need, every single textbook, assessment, activity book, along with this parent guide. So the teacher key and the answer key for every subject. Or you can do just the student kit, which is going to save you some money there. It will still come with all of the things that the student needs, every single subject and test and activity and all that. It just won't have the teacher edition and answer keys. Let's say you just want one subject, and again, not online, but you want to do history, for example, for your 8th grader. You go and look on the contents. You can see that the whole kit will come with the teacher edition, the activities, the tests, the answer key, and everything. Now, if you don't want to get this complete kit, you can just see here, if you click on, let's say you want just the student text, you can just buy the student text a la carte. If you want to say, well, I'll get the text, but I don't need the tests or anything else, I'll just take the activity guide. I'd like my kid to have that as well. You can just buy that separately as well. So you can do, again, the entire kit for one course. It can be online or not, or you can purchase things a la carte. And I'm going to talk more about that right now.
People ask, do you need the teacher guide? I'm gonna say it really depends on the course that you're taking. For the most part, no, you don't need it. The teacher guide will come with instructions to teach the course, and it will also come with the answer keys as well. So especially when the kids get a little bit older, to me, it's more convenient to just run through the answer key than to try to like do all of the questions yourself. And so I like to get the answer key a lot of the times to go with it, but you don't necessarily need it. I would take that on a case-by-case basis. It's hard to give like a general, yes, you need it for every course, or no, you don't need it for every course. For that, it's going to really depend. So if you're looking for a specific, like, oh, I want to do the reading course, look up YouTube videos, kind of see what it's going to look like to get an idea, and then you can kind of gauge it from there. Now, let's say you do want the teacher guide because you're like, nope, I want the answer. I want to have the hands-on. I don't want to have to guess if the answer is right. I want the teacher guide. Their teacher guides new are a little bit pricey, but you can do two things. So you could buy it brand new, and if you have multiple kids, use it for multiple kids. Even if you use it only for one kid, you can always sell it. You can sell it on eBay, different like marketing, Facebook market groups for different curriculum. Like BJU Press has one. Each curriculum has their own Facebook group. So you can sell it that way, and that way you can recoup a little bit of your money. If you don't want to buy it brand new, you can go, and that's where I get a lot of my teacher keys as well, and it just makes it a little bit more affordable, especially if you have, again, multiple kids and you are trying to get multiple different answer keys. It just makes it a little bit easier. Now, is it going to be more work on your part? Yeah. Are you going to have to track down and kind of hunt, and it might take a little bit more time? Yes. Again, it's more convenient to buy it just brand new. It's one and done. You don't have to worry about it. And a lot of people don't mind that. And if that's you and you're like, nope, I'm going to get good use out of it, I can sell it later or donate it, it doesn't really matter. But if you're really trying to count those pennies and make every dollar work, I would recommend considering buying it used. And again, this is only for the courses that are not consumable. So not any course where a child's written in. This is just things like teacher keys and readers. So like this, I got this, as you can see, used, and it's because nobody's writing in this. It's just a reader. Another way I kind of do things on a budget is, for example, we do the BJU Press English course for my children, and I don't get tests or quizzes. What I do is at the end of each chapter of their course book, their textbook, it has a cumulative review, and I just kind of treat that as a test. I don't formally grade it or anything, but it just gives me an idea of, are they really getting the information and understanding it, and that's worked really well. So again, you don't have to get the tests and the quizzes and all of those extra things. You can keep it very basic. They can still have a thorough understanding without all of the extra tests and quizzes and things like that. So the next tip is consider grouping students who are similarly aged together. So for example, and I only have this just because I was filming a video a couple minutes ago. So I have a reading force. So if you have kids who are within a year or even 2 years of each other, and you're wanting to get a reading course, instead of buying multiple reading courses for every single one, if they're pretty close in age, you can split the difference. So if you have a 3rd grader and a 5th grader, or a 4th grader and a 5th grader, they might just be able to use this one textbook and share it. And there is an activity, a consumable activity book that goes along with it. You can get that or you cannot. I like to get it because it does a really good job of, it's like its own literature course. I'm just giving you an example. And then, yeah, maybe buy 2 activity books, but you only have to get one textbook, one reader. Or again, just forego the activities, all together and just do the reading and have a discussion. Science and history, things like that, you can buy just one of and then group students who are very similar in age together. So if you want to utilize the online courses, you just, for the most part, you feel like you can teach everything by yourself, but you just need one course that you just don't feel confident in, or you just feel like you need to outsource it, or maybe a couple courses. You can do that for one or two or all of your children for as many subjects as you need. But if you're definitely looking for, no, I just need the basics, I just need the textbooks, I can take it from there. There's a lot of ways that you can go about saving money. Buying pre-owned teacher guides when you can. You can forego the teacher guide altogether, especially during the younger years. If it's something like history where you just feel like you don't necessarily need a teacher guide, not getting the tests, and they call them assessments because you have the assessment and then you have the assessment answer key, which are both two expenses that are just not necessary. Also sharing courses. So buy one book, save yourself a lot of time and sanity, combine the students, they can do it together. Anything that can be reused over and over again, like their science readers, their history readers, things like that can all be reused. And so you can get a great deal buying them secondhand. It is gonna take a little bit more legwork on your end, but again, I think it's really worth it if you want to save as much money as you possibly can, which is what a lot of us are trying to do. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. If there's any questions, please leave them down below. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.